Homemade and super easy fish and seafood soup, another incredible Christmas dish. Go ahead and make it, because you'll be the king of Christmas with this recipe. Good morning, I'm Vidi and this is Grandma's Kitchen, and today we're bringing you an incredible fish and seafood soup, perfect for special occasions like the upcoming Christmas. As you'll see, the recipe is very simple and you'll have an amazing first course. Don't miss it. Let's get started as always. Here are the ingredients. First of all, we'll need 10 prawns or king prawns. Also, 100 g each of hake and monkfish, 3 velvet crabs, 30 grams of clams, leek, 1½ onions, 3 cloves of garlic, 50 grams of crushed tomato, half a glass of brandy, 1 tablespoon of sweet paprika, in my case, a few drops of Tabasco, olive oil, and of course salt. That's all, folks. Let me remind you that I'll also leave the ingredients listed in detail below in the text box. And if not, just pause, grab a pen and paper, and copy it directly from the screen. The truth is, there are quite a lot of them, but they're all pretty simple. Let's get started. First step, we're going to separate the bones from the flesh of our fish. Here we go. Using a sharp knife, we'll remove the spine. There's a large spine in the center, and we'll use it to make a good broth. Let's continue. We're going to peel our prawns. The best way is to remove the head, open the body with some scissors, after taking off a couple of the front legs. It comes right off. Is that a good trick? So we're going to do this with the 10 prawns or shrimp. In my case, shrimp. Here we go. We're going to set aside both the shells and the body. We want the body whole. Gradually, we finish our 10 prawns and move to the next step. We place the shells of our prawns in a large pot. We add salt. We add the shells. We stir and let them brown until they change color. This will take about 20 or 30 seconds. When it looks like what you see in the image, we add the leek and half an onion. And about 1 liter of water. We stir. And we're going to let it cook for about 10 minutes to create an amazing broth. We also add... I almost forgot the fish bones. Now we're good. We cover it, leaving a small gap open so some of the steam can escape. And with just 10 minutes of cooking, we'll have an amazing stock, an incredible broth. Let's continue. A large pan, a splash of olive oil, and we're going to sear our fish in the pan. It will be very quick. It'll be ready in 2 minutes. So we're going to flip it over quickly. We'll add a little bit of salt to enhance the flavor. And that's it. In 2 minutes, it'll be ready. Here we go, a pinch of salt. First on the skin side, then we'll flip it over. And we'll do it on the other side. Like I said, about a minute or so on each side. When that time has passed, we remove it. And we're going to keep working in this pan. Here, we're going to add the shrimp, and we're just going to give them a quick toss. About 20-30 seconds, a pinch of salt, give it a toss, and then set it aside as well. There we go, just a touch, nothing more, just so they close up. There it is. When they're like you see in the image, we take them out. Next step. We're going to chop the onion and the leek. Don't make things too complicated for yourselves, because we're going to blend it later. So just cut it into pieces so it cooks faster. The onion, leek, and 3 cloves of garlic all go in. Done. Alright then, we've got the veggies here now, which we'll add to the pan. I'm adding more oil, but if you have enough, you don't need to. I see that I have a little too little, so I'm going to add a bit more. Alright. In go the vegetables, and their corresponding pinch of salt. They should be golden in about 10 minutes. You know, salt speeds up the process. Also, the vegetables cook much better, softer, because it does what chefs call sweating. Well, for this soup, I used hake and also some monkfish tails. You can use whatever fish you like best. Scorpion fish is effective, but it's harder to remove all the bones since there are so many. And if you use hake and monkfish like I did, you won't have any problems because the bones come out really easily. So let's continue. Alright, the minutes have passed and now we have the vegetables just the way we want them. So we add our crushed tomato, this crushed tomato sauce, and also our little glass of brandy, that half glass of brandy. In it goes. We're going to keep cooking this mixture for about 10 minutes. The broth will reduce a bit, and the vegetables will finish softening and reach the perfect point. After 10 minutes, we'll add the paprika. Here you go. We stir it so everything blends together with the other ingredients. We'll leave it on the heat for 20 seconds. Just 20 seconds so this paprika blends in. And as soon as the time is up, we turn off the heat and pour it into the blender jar to blend it so it turns out super smooth. Here we go. Let's give it some power, you see? Next step, we're going to strain this mixture and pour it into the pot where we'll finally prepare the soup. By straining it like this, we'll get a super smooth soup without any lumps. From the vegetables, we'll remove all the skins and we'll end up with a great soup. Alright, the broth is almost done. I said it would only take 10 minutes. I've already turned off the heat, so let's remove these impurities that come out from cooking the fish and the vegetables. And once we've removed it, we'll use a large strainer to strain all this broth into the soup. It was 1 liter of water. Quite a bit has evaporated, so there should be about 800 milliliters left more or less. We add it to the pot where we're preparing our final product. See what a nice color it is? We stir. And we're going to let everything cook together for 10 more minutes, time that we'll use to prepare the rest of the ingredients. First, the velvet crabs, known here as andoricas. We just cut them in half and set them aside. Next, we're going to remove the pieces of fish by hand because we need to take out all the bones. And once we have those 2 ingredients, we'll wait for those 10 minutes of cooking we mentioned earlier to pass. Let's try it. How is this soup for adjusting the salt? I think mine needs more. We add this, you know, it's to taste. And we add our shredded fish. Take your time shredding the fish. Trust me, do it by hand and ensure no bones remain, or your soup will be ruined. And we're also going to add the shrimp. We're going to cook for just 2 minutes, nothing more. And in the meantime, we keep going. We've kept the clams in water so they release any impurities, and we're also going to add them in. They'll cook together with the rest for those 2 minutes. Both the clams and these wonderful velvet crabs. I recommend you don't take the velvet crabs off the menu because they give an incredible flavor. The truth is, it's a delicacy from the sea. There we go. The 2 minutes are up. We add the Tabasco. Like I said, Tabasco is also something you add to taste because it's really spicy. but a good seafood soup has to be a little spicy. So, if you haven't measured the Tabasco, I recommend that you keep tasting as you go, and keep adding. There you go. After these 2 minutes cooking with the Tabasco, our seafood soup is ready. We just need a nice soup tureen. Pour our mixture into it and straight to the table. You see, it was super easy to make this seafood soup. Look at it. Doesn't it look amazing? And you can't even smell how wonderful it is. This is a top-notch Christmas dish. I'm going to add a bit of chives, fresh chives, to give it some color. I finished the recipe, an amazing homemade seafood soup. Who offers more? Here you go. An individual portion, a good serving. Doesn't this soup look delicious? If you decide to make it, I guarantee you'll be a hit this Christmas. And why not for any special occasion? The truth is, it turns out delicious and is ready in no time. Highly recommended. Homemade fish and seafood soup. Here you have this amazing fish and seafood soup, perfect for Christmas or a special dinner. It's delicious. It takes very little work. Let's try it. Very good, very well balanced in flavor, with that taste of the sea from the seafood and those pieces of fish. Super smooth because we strained it. Truly amazing, you see? If you enjoyed the recipe, subscribe to the channel. Turn on the bell so you get my notifications, give me a super like, and why not follow me on Instagram? A perfect Riz Ras, delicious.